Hello everyone, good evening, how are you all? So yes, we are starting with the science session today, and yes, this session is specifically for the CHSL examinations where we'll be covering all the important topics and all the important questions which are very important as well as necessary for the examination. So what we are going to do, we'll be starting with the biology section. From the bio section, we'll be taking all the important topics with all the important questions. Then we'll be moving forward with the physics and then chemistry. So today we are starting this session. Today there's the first class of bio and the topic is cell. So if I talk about this topic, from this topic we have many questions which are asked in the examinations. Apart from that, there are several questions which are asked from the studies part as well. Now what kind of questions are they? Let's have a look. So here's the first question. The first question is, the basic structural and functional unit of living organism is dash. So we have four options here. Is it cell, tissue, organ or the system? Now let's try to understand all these options. Whenever we talk about any of the organism, whether it is me or whether you are the option. If so we have Happy here. Hello Happy, good evening, how are you? So as what I was saying, I was talking about the organism. Whenever we talk about any of the organism, we know whether it is single cellular or it is multicellular organism, we all are made up of cell. And hence we say that the basic structural and functional unit of our life is cell. But what about these options? See, whenever we talk about our body, we know that when we were formed, there were two cells. One cell was sperm cell, which we got from the father. Another cell was egg cell, which we got from our mother. Just have a look. Now what is going to happen? After the fusion, here zygote is formed. And we all were zygote once upon a time when we were born. Now what happened? There were certain divisions, cell divisions were there, right? So when many of the cells combine together, similar type of cells, they make tissue. So I'll write here, when several cells combine together, they form tissue, same type of cell. When many tissues combine together, they make up organ. Now you must be wondering, sir, what are organs? Organs may be your stomach, it may be your liver, it may be any of the organ. Now if I will combine all the organs, what is going to be there? Here would be organ system. That is, you can talk about the whole body. So hence, now you can understand the question. The question was basic structural and functional unit of living organism. So that was cell. When many cells combined together, they formed tissue. When many tissues combined together, they formed an organ. And when many organs were there, it formed an organ system. That is, these are the four options which are present here. I guess all the things are clear. Okay, now let's move forward with the next question. So here the correct answer was cell. Next we have, here we can have a look at the structure which is honeycomb structure. Now you must be wondering, sir, there might be someone who discovered this cell, right? And yes, it is the most favorite question of the CHSL examination, that who was the one who discovered it. So let me tell you, it was the year of 1665 where Robert Hooke experimented on the cork. Now what is cork? Cork is actually a structure where we can talk about the wooden structure. When he observed that structure, that is cork, he had a look. It looks like a honeycomb structure where you can find some of the cells. These are what? These are actually known as rooms or cells, and hence from here the name cell was derived. So it was discovered by Robert Hooke. It is asked in the examination. Second question, this was asked in GD. In the latest examination of GD, this question was asked, Robert Hooke conducted the experiment at what location, at what part? So please remember that part was actually cork. Okay, let's move forward to the next question. The branch of bio dealing with the study of tissues is known as dash. So we have a question. The question is, the branch of bio dealing with the study of tissues is known as dash. So let's see who can give this answer. My question is, branch of bio dealing with the study of tissues, what is it? Now, the best part is, in some of the options we can even try to understand by looking at the option itself, it is talking about what? For example, if I'll talk about biology, here logy means what? Logy actually means study. But if I'll talk about bio, what is bio? Bio means we are talking about living things. That is, I'll talk about life. So the study of life is biology. In the similar manner, when we talk about cytology, just have a look. Cytology. So the study of cell. So it is the study of cell. In the similar manner, if I talk about histology, again, logy, this means we are talking about the study. Histology, this means we are talking about the study of a tissue. Next, talking about psychology. Here if I talk about psychology, you can talk about the mental behavior, right? How a body is actually reacting towards some of the scenarios. So in this psychology part, we can talk about that particular part of our body, from where we can talk about it. We say that psychological structure, where we talk about those mental ability and all. If I talk about physiology, that means we are talking about the whole structure of the body, right? So yes, here the correct answer is going to be option number B. That is, the study of tissues is known as histology. The correct answer is option number B. Next is, which among the following bears the smallest living cell? Let's see who can answer this part. My question is, which among the following bears smallest living cell? So is it bacterium? Is it protozoa? Is it virus or yeast? Very, very important question for the CHSL. Very, very important. Now, why it is important? In our class also, when we will discuss this part, I'll tell you, whenever we talk about this cell, here there are several questions which are repeatedly asked in the examination, and this is one amongst them. The questions which are asked are, which is the smallest cell? Second question is, which one is the longest cell? And the third one is, which one is the largest cell? So there are differences between them. Now what are those differences? So we have Srishti here, and Srishti is going with option number D. Okay Srishti, still let's understand what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a question where the questions may be asked, which is the smallest cell, which is the longest, and which is the largest. Whenever we talk about the smallest cell is actually mycoplasma. What is that? That is mycoplasma. If I talk about the longest, these are actually your nerve cells. But if I talk about the largest, it is the ostrich's egg. Very, very important for the examination. Now you must be wondering, sir, what? Thank you. You must be wondering, sir, what? You're talking about the smallest cell. The correct answer was mycoplasma, but there is no such mycoplasma. What is the correct answer? So Srishti, let me tell you, mycoplasma is actually a bacteria. What I'm saying, please remember, mycoplasma is actually a bacteria, and hence here option number A is going to be the correct answer. So in CHSL, question can be twisted in this manner. I am going with the 360-degree analysis of the questions. So please try to understand each and every question. Fine? Thank you. Okay. So I guess this point is clear. What I was talking about, mycoplasma is actually a bacteria. Let's move forward with the next question. Taxonomy is a science that deals with what? Let's see who can answer this part. Yes, my question is, taxonomy is a science that deals with what? Is it morphology, anatomy, classification, or economic uses? What do you think? Now, I'll write a name for you. The name is Felis catus. Now you must be wondering, sir, what kind of name is it? Great, Srishti. Awesome. Very good. What I was talking about, if I talk about this name is actually the name of a cat. In the similar manner, if I'll write Homo sapiens, we are the Homo sapiens, right? So what I was talking about taxonomy. So taxonomy is what? It is actually the classification of different organisms, and accordingly what we can do, we can actually classify that these organisms are in this particular category, where we talk about genus, we have species, then we have family, then we have order, then we have class, then we have phylum, and then we have kingdom. So here we are doing what? We are actually doing the classification of organisms, right? So that is what? That is taxonomy. And who is that person who does it? That particular person is known as taxonomist. So this sequence order is very, very important for the examination. Okay. So taxonomy is a science that deals with classification. So here the correct answer is option number C, and Srishti, you gave the correct answer. Next we have, what do you call the study of fungi? This one is basic. I guess this you can even tell by looking at the options as well. Let's see who can answer this part in the first go. Question is, what do you call the study of fungi? Is it mycology, parasitology, bacteriology, or ecology? And all the candidates who are there in the session, please start answering so that we can have discussion over here. Now, if I look at the options, logy word is clear, right? And logy means what? We know that, sir. Logy means study. If I'll go with the eco part, I can relate it with the environment and all. If I'll go with this bacteria, that is, I'm talking about bacteria. If I'll talk about this parasite, obviously I'm talking about parasite. So the only option left is A, that is mycology. And Srishti again, great. So what I was talking about, if I'll talk about the study of fungi, that is mycology. For the bacteria, we have bacteriology. For parasites, we have parasitology. Simple. Great, Srishti. That's awesome. Here, option number A, that is mycology, is the correct answer. Next, ribosomes are the sites for what? Is it protein synthesis, photosynthesis, fat synthesis, or respiration? What do you think? What is the correct answer? And everyone who's there in the session, please like it and share it so that everyone can get the benefits of the session. The session is going to be very, very beneficial for the examination because I am going with the 360-degree analysis of the questions. Please, please, please do that. Yeah. So what do you think? So Srishti is going with option number A, that is protein synthesis. Let me explain. When we talk about a cell, there we have endoplasmic reticulum. What is that? We have endoplasmic reticulum. And this endoplasmic reticulum is actually having two parts. One is the smooth part and another one is rough part. Now this question is very important for the CHSL part. What I'm talking about, when we talk about cell organelles, we have endoplasmic reticulum where we have two parts, one is smooth and one is rough. On the rough part of this endoplasmic reticulum, we have ribosomes. And these ribosomes are doing what? These ribosomes are doing protein synthesis, and Srishti, again you were correct, heads off. But the important thing is, which is asked in the examination, these ribosomes are also known as protein factory. They are also known as protein factory. So these are the things which are asked in the examination repeatedly. Do not forget what I was talking about. If I talk about the endoplasmic reticulum, on the rough part we have ribosomes, and these ribosomes are doing protein synthesis, and that's why they are known as protein factory. Simple. We have discussed all the equations which have the probability of coming in the examination. Next, we have one more option here, photosynthesis. This can be only there only and only if chlorophyll is there, right? Okay, so let's move forward to the next question. Next we have, which of the following organelles shows similarity to a prokaryotic cell? What do you think? What is the correct answer over here? Waiting for the answer, please. Question is, which of the following organelles shows similarity to a prokaryotic cell? Is it mitochondria only, chloroplast, both chloroplast and mitochondria? Then we have none of the above. So Srishti, happy. What do you think? What is going to be the correct answer over here? Which of the following organelles shows similarity to the prokaryotic cell? First of all, I will be needing answer. Then I will be explaining this part. What is prokaryotic cell? Okay. So let me explain. There are two things. One is prokaryotic, and another one is eukaryotic. What is that? Eukaryotic. Now there might be some difference, right? Now what is the difference? When we talk about prokaryotic, here the cell is actually undeveloped. This cell is not developed, undeveloped. But if I talk about eukaryotic, it is developed, where we can talk about ourselves, that is humans, dogs, we all are actually having eukaryotic cells where development is there. But the thing which is common in both is, the thing only that is common in both is presence of ribosome. All these questions are asked in the examination, we must remember. But the question is, orally we have to tell which is similar to prokaryotic cells. So here, if I talk about chloroplast and mitochondria, both of them are similar to prokaryotic cells. So here, what is the correct answer? The correct answer is going to be option number C. That is chloroplast and mitochondria both. Very, very important. Do not forget. Let's move forward to the next question. Next we have, so let me tell you about the Exampur official application. This Exampur application is actually a one-stop solution for all the government job aspirants, where we have live paid courses with the test series. Then we have free subject-wise and topic-wise quiz with the report card. Then we have job alert, admit card and examination date. Apart from that, we have all exams previous year PDF with the solution. Then we have free all India scholarship test with the report card. We have topic-wise free live classes, free full-length and sectional test with the report card. Apart from that, we have free examination-wise PDF and practice set PDF. The most important thing, obviously, the current affairs. So yes, we have daily, weekly and monthly current affairs and unlimited subject-wise practice set questions. Now, how you are going to get it? Just go to the Play Store, type Exampur over there, click on the install button, just click on the open part, just register it and start using it. Simple. And the most important announcement, we have started Ssc Chsl batch. Yes, for English medium as well. So this batch is SAFALTA batch. Now what all things are here? We have 450 plus hours live classes. Then we have live foundation classes. We have class PDFs in the bilingual format. Then we have daily practice paper, that is DPPs. Then we have mock test series, sectional test, previous year papers. All these things you will be having at just rupees 1399. Yes, the price which is of 2799, it will be there in only and only 1399. How? Just use the code SSC50. SSC50 will just bring you from 2799 to 1399. That is, in 1399 rupees, you can get all these features. And yes, we'll be having 450 plus hours live classes, live foundation classes, class PDF, daily practice papers, then mock test series. We have sectional test and the previous year papers. Okay, let's move forward to the next question. Next we have, during which stage of mitosis the spindle fibers are formed and get attached to the chromosomes? So is it metaphase, anaphase, prophase or telophase? What do you think? What will be the correct answer over here? Waiting for the answer. What do you think? During which stage of mitosis the spindle fibers are formed and get attached to the chromosomes? So we have four options over here. The first one is metaphase, second is anaphase, third one is prophase, and the last one is telophase. So what is going to be the correct answer? Waiting for the answer, please. Let's see who can answer this part. So Srishti is going with A option, right? And that's true. If I'll go with metaphase part, so metaphase is the correct answer. So during metaphase stage of mitosis, the spindle fibers are formed and get attached to the chromosomes. If I'll talk about chromosomes, it is asked in the examination, how many chromosomes are there in our body? So please remember, if I'll talk about the total number of chromosomes, they are 46. That is, we get 23 each from our parents. Now, out of these 23, how many are sex determining? So let me tell you, one of the chromosome from here and one of the chromosome from here. That is, if I talk about this 22 chromosomes, they are actually autosomes, and one is actually sex determining. So out of these 20, apart from this 22, one here and one here. So this 1 and 1 will either make XX or XY. So if it is XX, it is going to give birth to girl child. If it is XY, it will give birth to male child, right? Okay, so yes, if I talk about these phases, so if I talk about the sequence order, we have sequence order as prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase and interphase, where Metaphase is the correct answer for this question. That is option number A. Next we have the stage in cell division that consists of G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase is what? So is it metaphase, prophase, anaphase or interphase? Let's see what is going to be the correct answer. Who can answer this part? What is going to be the correct answer for this? Remember, this is the longest phase. It is asked in the examination. In one way or the another, we must be prepared with all the questions which can be asked. So for CHSL, this point is already asked. Please remember what I was talking about. If someone is asking you the stage in the cell division that is consisting of G1 phase, then S phase, G2 phase. G actually denotes growth, right? So yes, it is the longest phase, and if I'll talk about interphase, that is going to be the correct answer. Here, option number D, that is interphase, is the correct answer. And what is the sequence order? That is PMATI, PM Ati. Okay, so here option number D, that is interphase, the correct answer. Next we have the outermost covering of the plant cell is constituted by dash. So is it cellulose, lignin, chitin or glycocalyx? What is going to be the correct answer here? And everyone who's there in the session, please like it and share it. And yes, I'm waiting for the answers, please. Waiting for the answer. Who can answer this part? Question is, the outermost covering of the plant cell is constituted by dash. So is it cellulose, lignin, chitin or glycocalyx? Now, again, very, very important part. Let's have a look. See, this question is twisted in such a manner that normally when it is asked in the examination, it is asked, sir, the outermost layer of the plant cell is made up of what? The outermost layer of the animal cell is made up of what? This type of question was asked, but here it is asked in another manner. It is asking the outermost covering of the plant cell is constituted by what? So let me explain this part again. Whenever we talk about a cell, normal cell, animal cell. Oh, hello Vikram, how are you? I'm good, how are you? After a long time, huh? But now we'll be having regular classes. So yes, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I'll be waiting for you. Okay, so let's discuss about it. What I was talking about, whenever we talk about the outermost part, this is cell membrane. And the cell membrane is actually made up of what? These are made up of lipids and proteins. Now you must be wondering, sir, what you're talking about? Just CGL prelims was good now. Great, very happy to hear this. Very, very happy. So I wish that the same thing is going to be happening in the mains as well. So Vikram, any kind of help that you want, please let me know. Any kind of help, and all the very best for the mains examination now. I know that still first this phase is going on, but later on, whenever mains examination would be there, I'm always there for you. Just let me know what kind of help you want. Okay, great, good to hear that. So I guess it was today itself that you have given the examination, right? Okay, let's get back to a point. What I was talking about? I was talking about cell membrane, and here it is lipids and proteins. Now you must be wondering, sir, there are no such options. Yes, there are no such options. Why? Because this is actually your animal cell. Now, when I talk about a plant cell, so on the plant cell, apart from this layer, one more layer will be there. And this layer in the plant cell is known as what? This is known as cell wall. And yes, now from this question it is clear, sir, outermost covering of the plant cell, that means it is talking about what? Outermost covering, it is talking about cell wall itself. And we are aware of, whenever we talk about cell wall, it is made up of what? Cell wall is actually made up of cellulose. So I guess this point is clear now. Always there for you, Vikram. So yes, here cellulose is going to be the correct answer. So these things are asked in the examination repeatedly. Do not forget. For animal cell, we have outermost layer as cell membrane made up of lipid and protein. For the plant, we have cell wall made up of cellulose. So option number A was the correct answer. Next we have, name an organelle which serves as a primary packaging area for the molecules that will be distributed throughout the cell. So we have 4 options here. Let's see who can give this answer. Vikram, as usual, I know you will surely give this answer. So let's see what is the correct answer for this part. Vikram, name an organelle which serves as a primary packaging area for the molecules that will be distributed throughout the cell. Is it mitochondria, plastids, Golgi apparatus or vacuole? So Srishti, Happy, Vikram, waiting for the answers. Everyone. What is the correct answer for this? Now, two of the questions were there from the science. Can you tell me about those two questions which you have attempted? Were both of them were from bio part or one from bio, one from physics? What was that? Can you just tell in the comment itself? Until then, I want this answer as well. So first of all, let me tell you about the organelle. Whenever we talk about an organelle, so please remember, in a cell, we have several things. It may be mitochondria, it may be endoplasmic reticulum, then we may have vacuoles. There are several things, right? Now, one of the organelle which is present, which is serving as a primary packaging area for the molecules that will be distributed throughout the cell. I have already discussed this part. What? It helps in the transportation. And what can be the answer? The correct answer is going to be Golgi apparatus. Please remember, here, if it is asked for the transportation purpose, Golgi apparatus is going to be the correct answer. Whenever they are asking what part is actually serving as a primary packaging area for the molecules that will be distributed throughout the cell, that again will be Golgi apparatus. As simple as that. So yes, the correct answer is going to be option number C. Next we have, which of the following are the main constituents of protoplasm? Protoplasm, obviously the liquid which is present in the cell. Let's see who can answer this part. I'm waiting for the answer, please. So my question is, main constituents of the protoplasm is what? Now, you must be wondering, sir, I have seen these things somewhere. Oscillation, motion and ice. Okay, fine. That means both the questions were from the physics part, right? Okay, so one of the question was from wave and I guess one of the question was from heat. And you have ticked both the answers, Vikram. Okay, so what I was talking about, whenever we talk about carbohydrate, so carbohydrate is containing carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. In the similar manner, when I talk about protein, we have carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. Now we are talking about a protoplasm. So protoplasm is actually having carbon also, hydrogen also, oxygen also and nitrogen also. So here option number B, that is carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. Here the correct answer is going to be option number B. So okay, so both the questions were in the PPTs. Great to listen that. Great. So very good, Vikram. I know you are going to make it out. Now for sure prelims will be cleared, and please get ready for the mains examination. I want to see the final offer letter, the joining letter, and I will be the one who will be giving you sweets, right? And party will be from my end. Okay, so let's get back to our question. What I was talking about, which of the following are the main constituents of the protoplasm? So protoplasm we have already discussed. What? It is the liquid which is present in the cell. Yes, the correct answer is going to be option number B, that is carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen and oxygen. Next we have, which of the following cell organelles does not contain DNA? My question is, which of the following cell organelles does not contain DNA? So it is it lysosome, is it nucleus, is it chloroplast or is it mitochondria? What is going to be the correct answer? So Vikram, Srishti, Happy, let's see who can give this answer. Waiting for the answer, please. Waiting for the answer, please. Does not contain DNA. So Vikram is going with A. Absolutely correct. Vikram, great. So whenever we talk about lysosome, these are what? These are actually known as suicidal packets. Suicidal packets, right? So suicidal packets, that is lysosomes. And whenever we talk about DNA, what is its full form? DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. Yes, if I talk about DNA, it is present in the nucleus also, chloroplast also, mitochondria also. And hence I'll say that option number A, that is lysosome, is the correct answer. So Vikram, great. Let's move forward to the next question. Next we have, mitochondria was discovered by whom? So we have four of the options here. G.E. Palade, then we have Albert von Kolliker, or is it C, or is it D? What do you think? Who was the one who has discovered mitochondria? So we have 4 of the options here. Let's see who can answer this part. Who discovered mitochondria? Who discovered mitochondria? What is the correct answer over here? Vikram, very good, awesome. So yes, if I'll talk about mitochondria, so this was actually discovered by Albert. Totally correct. So let's move forward to the next question. Which of the following is known as the kitchen of the cell? Now see, these questions can be twisted in one way or the another. I have already told you. When we talk about powerhouse of the cell, I'll write right here. Whenever someone asks you about the powerhouse of the cell, so for this or for the kitchen of the cell, we have mitochondria as the correct answer. Why is it so? The reason behind it is, whenever we talk about the energy, we talk about cellular respiration, right? You're going with all of the above, Vikram? No, for the kitchen of the cell, we will be having mitochondria. So yes, what I was talking about, if I'll talk about the powerhouse of the cell, remember what happens? It generates energy in the form of ATP, where ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate, right? So yes, here mitochondria is going to be the correct answer. That is option number A, whether it is the kitchen of the cell or it is the powerhouse of the cell, because you are obtaining energy from this part. Oh, sorry. If I'll talk about this powerhouse of the cell, just a second. I missed this part. Whenever I talk about this kitchen of a cell, that means we are talking about the part that is for the leaves part. I'll discuss. So sorry for that. If I'll talk about the leaves part, so here we have that green colored pigment, right? So here chloroplast is actually the kitchen of the cell, but if I'll talk about the mitochondria, that was known as the powerhouse of the cell. Powerhouse of the cell. And yes, the energy which was formed here was in the form of ATP. But talking about this chloroplast, which is there on the leaves part, here what happens whenever we talk about the process that is known as photosynthesis. And photosynthesis is the process where we talk about the food generation, where we can talk about the byproduct, that is oxygen. So here chloroplast is actually known as the kitchen of the cell, but if I talk about the powerhouse of the cell, that is that is mitochondria. So there's a difference between both the options. Okay, let's move forward to the next question. Which of the following cell organelle is present in the plant cells but absent in the animal cell? So we have 4 of the options here. Now let's have a look. First of all, if I talk about nucleus, so obviously nucleus will be there in the plant also, animals also. So it can't be there. So vacuole, I doubt. So here we leave it for a while. Then if I talk about mitochondria, sir, obviously everyone wants energy. And that too in the form of either ATP or ADP, that is adenosine triphosphate. Now the option which is left is chloroplast and plastids. So first of all, let's discuss about vacuoles. Let me tell you, we have doubt. Sir, vacuoles are present in plants, that for sure. But for animals, is there vacuoles? Yes, vacuoles are present in the animals as well, but the size is quite small. So obviously this vacuole is also present, nucleus is also present in both, and mitochondria is also present in both. The only thing which is not present in both is chloroplast and plastids. Now if I talk about plastids, we know that chromoplast, leucoplast, chloroplast, where we talk about plastids, it is only and only present in the plant cell. So yes, the correct answer is going to be option number C, that is chloroplast and plastids. Next we have, which of the following organisms does not fit into the cell theory? Let's see who can give this answer. My question is, which of the following organism does not fit into the cell theory? What is the correct answer? Answer please. Waiting for the answer. Yes. Which of the following organism does not fit into the cell theory? Is it bacteria, virus, fungi, or plants? What is the correct answer? Very good, Vikram. Totally correct. Here, virus is going to be the correct answer. But another part comes, who gave this cell theory? So there were two people. One was Schildane and another one was Schwann. So Schildane and Schwann were the one who gave the cell theory and told all the organisms which are present in this universe will be having at least one cell. And that's why we say that either organism will be single-celled or multicellular. But if I talk about virus, there is no such concept, and hence we can say that for virus, cell theory is not applicable. So option number B, that is virus, is going to be the correct answer. So now let me tell you about a batch which is launched for you all. So we have Ssc Chsl 2022 SAFALTA batch, where you have 450 plus hours live classes. Then we have live foundation classes. We have class PDFs which are there in the bilingual format. Then we have daily practice papers, mock test series, sectional test, previous year papers. All these things in a single batch. And yes, the price was kept for 2799, but offer price is 1399. That is, you will be getting 50% discount. How? Just use the code SSC50. Once you give code SSC50, you will be getting this course at 1399 rupees only. Okay, so next question we have, which liquid is contained inside the nucleus of a cell? I guess from the name itself it is clear. When we talk about this plasm, we are talking about liquid part. The liquid which is inside the nucleus, that is, from the nucleus word we can relate it with the nucleo. That is, nucleus, nucleo. Liquid in the nucleus, nucleoplasm. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer is going to be option number C. That is nucleoplasm. Vikram? Okay, I guess, yeah, totally correct. Absolutely correct. Here, the correct answer is going to be option number C. Next we have, okay, so this is actually your nucleus part. We just have a look. This part is actually what? This is nucleoplasm. So the liquid which is present in the nucleus is nucleoplasm. Totally correct, Vikram. Next we have the structure in the cells which contains light absorbing pigment. Light absorbing pigment. We have just discussed about it. Waiting for the answer, please. Light absorbing pigment. So Vikram is going with option number C, and that's totally correct. The correct answer is chloroplast. Just have a look at the chloroplast part. So I have a diagram over here. So this is the chloroplast anatomy, where we have stroma, granum, thylakoids. So this is the outermost membrane, this is the innermost membrane. So yes, here chloroplast is the correct answer, and very, very important part. Without it, photosynthesis cannot be there, and we have already discussed about this. That is the kitchen of the cell. We have discussed, right? Okay. And why kitchen? Because obviously we are talking about the production of the food, right? And that is possible because of its presence. Next we have, which of the following cell organelle is present only in plant cell? We have just discussed about it. Let's see who can answer this. Mitochondria, cell wall, cell membrane, or vacuole. What do you think? Waiting for the answer, please. The question is, which of the following cell organelle is present only in the plant cell? Is it mitochondria, cell wall, cell membrane, or vacuole? What is the correct answer? Vikram is going with C. Okay. No, Vikram is going with D. Vikram, remember, I have just told you, if I talk about this vacuole, it is present in both plant also, animals also. The only difference can be the size varies. Its size varies, right? Now, if I talk about cell membrane, it is again present in both plant also and animal also. But what is the difference? Whenever we talk about the cell, for example, this is the cell for the animal. In the plant cell, apart from this layer, one more layer will be there. That is cell wall, which is not there in the animals. Yes, now you're totally correct. If I talk about the cell wall, it is only and only present in the plant cell. Obviously, mitochondria is again in both because it is giving you energy. So the correct answer is cell wall, and Vikram, totally correct. No issues, man. All men make mistakes. Even I committed mistake, right? Over there. No issues. Cool. So here, cell wall is the correct answer. Next we have Endoplasmic reticulum are rough because of the presence of dash on its surface. We have just discussed about it. I guess Vikram, you were quite late. I discussed one thing. When we talk about a cell, we have endoplasmic reticulum over there. Now, this endoplasmic reticulum is having two type of parts. One may be smooth and another may be rough. It is actually smooth and rough both. But on the rough part, we have ribosome. And this ribosome is doing what? It is actually helping in the protein synthesis. So this ribosome does what? This ribosome does protein synthesis, and hence for the same reason it is known as protein factory. For the same reason it is known as protein factory. Now many questions which are asked in the examination I have written here on the board. Now what is the thing? Question was asked, endoplasmic reticulum are rough because of what? So I have given you the trick, R for rough, and R for ribosome. This will be very, very helpful in the examination. Please remember, R for rough, R for ribosome, and in the examination you will be correct over there. So please remember, what is the correct answer? The correct answer is option number D, that is ribosomes. If I talk about lysosomes, these are suicidal packets. Then if I talk about plastids, it is only present in the cell, in the plant cell, where it is helpful in imparting colors and all, where we talk about chromoplast, chloroplast, leucoplast. If I talk about Golgi bodies, we have discussed it is helping in the transportation, intracellular transport. So for the transportation part, and yes, they are rough only and only because of the presence of ribosomes. So option number D will be correct, and Vikram, absolutely correct. Okay. So we have done 360-degree analysis. Let's move forward to the next question now. So if I talk about endoplasmic reticulum, just have a look. This is actually the endoplasmic reticulum. What I told you there is a smooth part and there is a rough part. Just have a look. This is the rough part, and this one is this blue structure you can see. This is the smooth part. On this rough part only, what is present here? Just have a look. What are they? They are actually ribosomes, and these ribosomes are actually known as protein factories. Why? Because it is doing proteins synthesis. So all these questions are repeatedly asked. Do not miss any of them. Okay. So let's move forward now. Next we have, what is the nature of cell membrane? We have 4 options here. Let's see who can answer this. Waiting for the answer, please. The question is, what is the nature of cell membrane? Is it permeable, semi-permeable, non-permeable, or freely permeable? Who can answer this? Vikram and all the other candidates who are there in the session, please start answering. And everyone who is there in the session now, please like it and share it also, so that maximum of the candidates can get benefit from this part. And yes, Vikram. So Vikram, you are talking about permeable, right? Now I will give you a trick, and that trick will always be there in your mind. Remember what I was talking about. Whenever we talk about the nature of a cell membrane, you can relate. Acha, you have changed the option now. Now your answer is totally correct. Very good, Vikram. If I talk about cell membrane, you can consider as it your main gate in your home. Why there is main gate in our house? Main gate has a purpose, and the purpose is we don't want unnecessary elements to get into our house, and we don't want the important ones to get out of the house, and that's why we have a main gate. I'm again talking about what? Everyone cannot enter and everyone cannot exist. Everyone cannot exit. Why? Because we want privacy, we want safety. In the similar manner, cell membrane is also semi-permeable in nature, because only the important ones can only come in or get out. That's why we can say that it is semi-permeable. It's not fully permeable. So Vikram, now you are absolutely correct, and the correct answer is option number B, that is semi-permeable. Okay, let's move forward to the next question now. Next we have, which of the following cell organelle is responsible for cellular respiration? Now this respiration is actually internal respiration. When we'll discuss about respiration topic now, I'll explain in detail about it. But right now, please understand, it is internal respiration, where we're talking about the cells part, where this ATP is generated. Krebs cycle, remember? Okay, so waiting for the answer, please. Which of the following cell organelle is responsible for cellular respiration? Is it Golgi bodies, mitochondria, nucleus, or lysosomes? What is the correct answer? Answer please. Vikram, you are going with A, that is Golgi bodies. See, if I talk about cellular respiration, please remember, why we are respiring? Obviously for our survival, right? There's a song, जिंदा रहने के लिए जरूरी है सनम, एक मुलाकात जरूरी है सनम. There is no logic in that song. There is no such logic. Why? Because for being alive, the only thing which is required is what? The only thing which is required is our oxygen which we are breathing in, right? Now, the air which we are breathing in, there we have several gases. There may be oxygen, there may be nitrogen, right? There is carbon dioxide, there is water vapor. In that part, the oxygen which is there is actually used so that we can get energy. And that energy is present in the form of what? That energy is actually present in the form of ATP. Energy which is there is present in the form of ATP, right? And I have already told you, ATP generated where? Mitochondria. So, got this point? So yes, what I was talking about mitochondria, and that is going to be the correct answer. So the cell organelle which is responsible for the cellular respiration is what? It is mitochondria. Okay, so option number B is correct, and Vikram, I guess you got this point. Next we have mitochondria. So here, just have a look. Here we have the structure where this is the outer membrane, inner membrane, we have ribosomes, DNA, that is deoxyribonucleic acid, and the most important thing, it is generating what? ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate. Next we have, which of the following cell organelle is also known as suicidal packets? So Muskan, HR, okay. HR, are you the same one who was there with the name HR in the previous classes? Or are you the new candidate? Because Muskan HR was not there in last classes, I guess. But HR was there from Tamil Nadu, na? Tamil Nadu Police, I guess. Happy to hear that, Vikram. Seriously, very happy to hear that. So yes, what we were talking about, I was talking about suicidal packet of the cell. Can you answer this part? Acha, okay, Muskan. Fine. So that HR is different, Muskan HR is different, huh? Yeah, waiting for the answer. What is actually suicidal packet? New Haryana HR. Achha, you are from Haryana. Okay. One more HR is there. He's from Tamil Nadu. Actually, he's in Tamil Nadu Police. So whenever he takes class, he comes here for a while, gives answers, and then tell, I'm quite busy. Okay. So waiting for the answer. The answer is lysosome, that is D. So HR and Vikram both are going with D, and that's totally correct. Now let me tell you, what is this lysosome? If I'll show you by the structure, just have a look. I've kept this here. So this is actually a lysosome. This is actually a lysosome. Now it does what? When we talk about a cell, na, in a cell, this lysosome which is present over here, it actually keeps on looking, okay, you're not working in a proper manner, I'll just secrete chemical and throw on you. So it is actually acting as a class monitor. Okay, Muskan, fine. So yes, what I was talking about, this lysosome is actually acting as a class monitor who is just standing and looking, okay, you're not working in the proper manner, and the one who doesn't work in the proper manner, it secretes chemical. And because of that chemical, that particular part destroys. But there comes an instant, in that particular part, what happens? The cell, when we see that many of the parts are not functioning, it actually bursts itself. And when it bursts itself, after bursting itself, whole of the cell dies. And hence, it is known as suicidal packets or the graveyard of the cell as well. So yes, lysosome is known as suicidal bags or suicidal packets, or also known as graveyard of the cell. But if I'll talk about the graveyard of the RBC, that is spleen. So there's a difference between two. Do not get confused. Okay. Let's have a look. So here, lysosome was the correct answer. Next is, what is plant cell wall mainly composed of? I've just discussed about it. I guess now, Vikram, you can answer this part. Then we'll be having last question for the day after this, and then we'll meet day after tomorrow. Yes, can you answer this part? Which what is plant cell wall mainly composed of? Is it lipids, vitamins, cellulose or protein? Very good, Vikram. Totally correct. If I talk about the cellulose, here we'll talk about cell wall. But if I talk about this lipids or proteins, here I'll talk about cell membrane. Very good. That's great. So yes, here option number C, that is cellulose, is going to be the correct answer. So this is the last question of the day. A multicellular organism grows by dash. Very basic question. I guess everyone can answer this. So Muskan, Vikram, great. Both of you were correct. So my question was, a multicellular organism grows by what? So is it cell addition, cell explosion, cell implosion or cell division? Very obvious answer. Whenever we talk about cell, we have two types of divisions, right? One is mitosis, one is meiosis. So we'll talk about the division because of which we are multicellular organism, right? And we are what? We are eukaryotes. That is, we have cells, eukaryotic cells. So whenever we talk about ourselves, our body is growing because of the division of the cell. So here option number D, that is cell division, is going to be the correct answer. Okay. So now Vikram, Muskan, everyone, we'll be meeting day after tomorrow at the same time, at the same place. Whenever you have any kind of doubt, any kind of help you want, any kind of trick, whatever you feel like, sir, I'm not feeling good in remembering these things, just let me know. I'll create tricks for you. I'll just help you out, but I want selection. Okay. So day after tomorrow, we'll be meeting at the same time, at the same location. Okay then. Bye-bye everyone. Please take care. Enjoy.